All right. So today we're going to be explaining how they play the Dominican one ball, one pocket. And basically, it's like the regular one pocket where the breaker chooses the pocket. So Tony broke towards his pocket. That was the one where the ball was sitting near it. And Guama's pocket is the diagonal pocket on the other side of the table. Now, what's good about this game, unlike the American one ball, one pocket, is you really can't make any mistakes. There's no room for mistakes, right? Like you can't, if you scratch, it's ball in hand. If the ball goes in an unintended pocket, then whoever made it loses that game. So it's very tough. Like you have to be very careful with the cue ball. Like I said, you can't scratch or anything like that. So you have to be very careful and choosy on the shots. But anyway, we'll start getting into why they're shooting these. Oh, look, there's me pointing at them, talking about it. All right, so Guama's pocket is down here in the lower left. He's kind of has a three railer or one railer. I like the one railer because it keeps the ball and the cue ball on the same end. Three railer did the same thing. Now he's left Tony a two railer at his pocket, maybe. Oh no, he got a little funny here. He's gonna have to kick bank this. Got to get under it. Like I said, you got to be really careful. So the main thing is, even if you don't have a shot at your hole, you don't want to leave your opponent an easy routine shot at his pocket. So you don't want to leave them any straight banks or any three reelers where they can just stop their ball. You always want it to be off angle and funny and tough to protect themselves. That makes the shot tough and probably won't go for it. So he's got it right in a funny spot here where Tony can three rail this six ball, but it's kind of taking a risk because you can't go anywhere with the cue ball. All right. So I wouldn't be surprised if Guama went ahead and shot at this bank because his pocket's the lower right. So he may try to cut at this bank. He did try to cut at it. Didn't hit it great, but he got it down there. Now he's left Tony a shot, but he's going to have to get into it to shoot it to stay out of the pocket, or either just kick up the table, just get it out of danger. That's what he's done. But he still left a bank on it, so Guama's going to shoot this. He's going to bank it back at his pocket. I would swing the cue ball all the way around below the side. Just let it come on around. The reason why is because it blocks all the one railers, and most likely you leave something like this where it's way off angle to try to make something happen. So Tony's got to duck, right? So you're just going to push it down to the bottom rail. Now you would have liked to have been the six ball to have been more over than the cue ball. There is a four railer here and a two railer Z bank. Probably won't shoot it though because it's close to the rail. Okay, so he just got it kind of over near the pocket. He's left Tony an offensive bank, and he can shoot at this. Now, Tony doesn't know this shot yet, but this shot is always better to let the cue ball swing around, whereas in American one ball, one pocket, you'd want to keep it up the table. Wow, what a shot. He hit a two-railer instead. Nice shot. Now, see where the cue ball was in the middle of the table? He would have actually left a shot if that doesn't go in. So he took a risk right there. He left the cue ball in the middle of the table. You always want the separation to make the shot as hard as possible, right? The closer they are to the object ball, the more accurate you're going to be able to hit it. All right, so there's the break. Guama shooting the four railer the hard way, coming around three rails short, back at his pocket. And he's just trying to get it over here and not leave Tony a one railer or a simple two railer. And he's done that nicely. So now Tony just has to kind of two-rail it toward the side. Oh, no, he four-railed it, but he lost the cue ball. Watch out. He lost the cue ball, and he sold out. See, that's why you have to be careful at this game right here. He sold out. He hit the point. Had that ball went in the side, he still would have lost. So you have to be very careful about how you and it's important to break, right? On the break, you actually have to be lined up center to center diamond. It's almost like cheating the break if you're off center to the right or the left because it takes away the double kiss off the break. There's a natural double kiss off the break with center to center, and you got to try to beat that. And so that's what the having it in the center is about. It makes it so the break is not automatic and easy. All right, so Guama missed that one railer, but he got it down there by his pocket good enough where Tony doesn't have anything offensive. So he's got to cross it over to his left and come up the table with the cue ball here. Like that. See, Guama's pocket's to the right, so this is tough. Now, he may go ahead and try to Z-bank this ball here up and down, or he might cut it towards the pocket. And he cut it towards the pocket. See, these guys are very good at chipping that ball towards the hole and hanging it, which is another way you can win. And they win probably 30% of the games that way, where actual one pocket player like myself or Tony would totally avoid the pocket and just not play around with that because it's dangerous. They go towards that. He'll start cutting it into the pocket and try to hang it and get far away where you can't get it out or get a rail without pocketing the ball. All right, so Tony's got to get it off of this plane. He doesn't like it here. He's going to leave Guama a shot eventually if he keeps leaving it down the table. Now watch, Guama's going to go ahead and just thin this ball towards the pocket now. Oh, no, he didn't. He's keeping it up high. If I was Tony, I'd kick bank this ball at his pocket here. That's what he did. He kick banked it. Now he's left Guama a one reeler, but it is length of the table shot. So you got to hit the bank really good. Okay, he kind of jumped up on it, didn't hit it very good, but he got the cue ball and the object ball pretty safe. There is a two reeler the long way, but he's got a really thin cut it. I don't think he'll take that chance. You have to be very careful about this. Probably cross it back over. What's that double kiss? He double kissed it. He left the bank. Guama's definitely taking the one railer here back at his pocket. It is off angle though, not easy. And it's water right in the hole. Beautiful shot by Guama. Notice how he swung the cue ball all the way around. I keep saying that. You can't reiterate it enough. In this game, it's better to have both balls on the same end. You're less likely to leave a shot that way. Whereas in the traditional one pocket, you want one ball on one end and one ball on the other. But when you're shooting that three railer, you'd rather have them both on the bottom rail. Those are the toughest banks. I only figured that out by playing the guy. Honestly, they pretty much taught me how to play one ball, one pocket. I mean, I figured some of it out because I'm a one pocket player, but the other part is knowing the certain shots that come up all the time. All right, so Tony's pocket is to the left where we are. That's where it's coming back down at, and he's going to leave a shot for Guama. He can take this, swing that cue ball around if he wants. Oh, he didn't, so he's going to leave Tony a one railer. See, this is why. Okay, maybe he left the kick bank instead. He got the nine close enough. You're going to go rail first, kick bank it at the pocket, try to hold with the cue ball. He kind of jumped up on it a little bit, didn't hit that one great. But he left it funny and off angle. And there's a two railer here, but it's very funny to make this one. It's a double kiss involved if you don't hit it perfect. Okay, so he decided to go three rail short. It's an inside English one rail bank. Stay on the same side. Stay right over there where it's going. Oh, see, he lost the cue ball. That's no good. Can't ever leave your cue ball in the middle of the table. When he's close to the ball like this, you have to sweat him making the shot because he can be accurate. From far away, it's so hard to be accurate. All right, so it looks like I thought he ginned that one. Looked like he hit it really good. Tony can get in behind it. I think he can get this out. Just be careful not to, you got to dig in. Okay, he got in behind it. Good shot. All right, so Guama will cross this back over to his side and just float on down like so. Now, Tony'd like to shoot the two railer here, but it's on a kiss angle, so you got to do something to beat the kiss here. Okay, so he just overcut it and made sure he avoided it completely. Usually it's a kiss because we want to put that inside English on it, right? And that makes it go toward the kiss. But if you just hit it with a center ball, it goes straight across the table and beats the kiss pretty good. And Guama hit a really good two-railer right there. Now, I don't know what the game count is, but they were playing, I think, races to 4 for 1,000 at the time. Okay, so that was the set. I'll try to keep up with the game count just to, give you what it is. Guama won the lag, and now they're playing American one ball, one pocket. So now they're in Tony's water. This is where he's comfortable. This is where he shines on this part of the game. Uh-oh, watch out, two-railer. He's left Guama a two-railer here. All right. So he left Tony a shot. He can bank this ball and swing the cue ball on around back to where it is sitting now in that corner. He might just put it on the other side and put both balls on the same side. Okay, no, wow, he went in behind it. Well, from this camera angle, it's a little hard to see how much room he has. But I don't think I would have shot that shot. I probably wouldn't have predicted that even if I could see that, because I just don't shoot those. Tony kicks better than I think any human being on the planet right now. So those kicks are appealing to him, not to most players. So we'll have to keep that in mind on some of these nifty shots Tony comes up with. And I can't see where the ball is, so we won't be able to commentate this one. Tony's standing in front of the camera. Okay. All right, so you're probably just gonna see. Guama don't like to pocket the balls. He'll just hang it. See that? See how he did that? They do that all the time in the Dominican one ball, one pocket. And I think that is what makes the game better, the Dominican game better, because you can't just pocket the ball if it gets hanging in the hole and re-spot it like you can in the American one ball, one pocket. All right, so Guama took a foul, so now he needs 2 to Tony's 1. That was the way to take the foul, but I don't think I would have played to hook him, though. All right, so now they both need to. Guama actually played a really good shot doing what he did. He corner hooked him, so Tony had no choice but to take a foul. Uh-oh, watch out, man, cue ball. All right, so if Tony wants to, he can just lag at the 8 here. It's a little scary, but the cue ball should be going toward the 11. Mind your speed. He controlled it nicely. Looks like the 3 balls got him as a blocker. So the right shot really is just to bank the 3 ball towards the 11. That's what I like. Yeah, he didn't quite. He allowed Tony to. He should have put that ball all the way over on his side. Now Tony's going to be able to just push the 11 towards the 3 and go on up the table, put him upstream, and leave him tough. Where now he's defending all 3 balls off Tony's side. Next time we're doing some of these videos, we'll have to tell Tony to get out of the way. He's blocking up the camera. All right, so he should just be going forward on this 3 ball, and he'd like to lay on the rail right in the line where it blocks, the 11 blocks the 8. So you want to lay your cue ball on the side rail where the 11 blocks the 8. You hit a little too hard, See, he tried to stay right there on that line where he had the double up and he couldn't see the six. He may still be doubled up a little bit where he can't see the six fully. And if so, then he's done his job. So looks like he's not aiming at that ball at all. So he must not be able to see it. So he really doesn't have a choice but to just to go ahead and bank the 12 towards Tony's side pocket. What is this? He just cut the ball in for Tony and played shape on the ball. That's his inexperience in one pocket, right? He's not actually an American one pocket player, so he doesn't know all the correct shots, where a normal one pocket player that knows the moves would have probably just, banked the 12 up. He went ahead and tried to kick that six ball out of there. Tony gave him a chance, so he let him stay in the game. He missed that ball. All right, banking the 11 back at the 12. You want to try to leave him on that top rail if you could. All right. So, I don't know. It looks like there's a double kiss here where you maybe can double kiss the 10 out. From this angle, you can't really see how close the balls are to the rail. Okay, look, he didn't even have to kiss it, but he's left a bank for Tony as well. Now, Tony only needs one. Guama needs both. Remember, Guama pocketed one ball for Tony already. They both needed two. Okay. Tony banked that one very nicely. Didn't even look like it was going in, honestly. It looked like it was a little bit wide. All right, so Tony wins the first game in the American one ball. And we are using a winner break format, which is also abnormal. Usually in one ball, one pocket, it's still alternate the break, but they don't play that way in the Dominican rules. They play winner break, so it's only right to make his own game, Tony's game, winner break as well. And that's why he did that. Now on this table, the four railer the hard way goes a lot. And what I mean by the four railer the hard way is it's basically you're shooting a three railer, but you're shooting it real short, so it hits the third rail high and comes to and comes around to the fourth rail over at the opposite pocket. I like him just pocketing this ball and staying up there in the corner. Reset, hit the reset button, and Guama's pocket's over to the right, to the far end, so it doesn't have much. And that's where you can see the inexperience, right? Most other one pocket players probably would have banked that ball towards the other side, and Guama likes to put it on the same side, which almost always leaves that three railer. I mean, if you're anybody but Tony, then you don't have to worry about leaving it automatic because the three railers are tough. But Tony actually banks those real good. All right, so three railer here for Tony. Oh, excuse me, four railer short. I get the pockets mixed up sometimes. All right, so Guama's just crossing this ball back over. No, he banked it up the table. He's a little hard to predict just because he doesn't know all the shots. I would expect him to bank it back towards his pocket, and he didn't. And now Tony has a one railer at his pocket, or a three railer, whichever one he likes. He liked the three railer, and it's a little short. And I think Guama should be three railing this ball towards his side pocket. Oh yeah, he's messing up. He's messing up. Double kissed it. He's left Tony a one railer bank. I tell you what, you would see these balls going a lot more if this table wasn't so tough. This table is like really tough. It's not a 4-inch table. It's like I think a 4 1/8, but it plays like it's like 3 7/8. It's got that tough cut where it really spits the balls back out and really doesn't allow any play off the rails. He's just playing safe here. He doesn't really have a shot to shoot at his pocket right now. Okay. The Guama may have a one railer. I'm pretty sure Guama's pocket's to the left here. Okay, no. He didn't shoot at it. I mean, Tony could shoot at this with a lot of inside and bank it back. But every time that ball goes in, it's a whole game. It's not like in one pocket where you still got to run your 8 balls. So after you get stung a few times, you try not to take so many chances. Just crossing it back over, defensive shot, keep Guam off his pocket. This game can get to where you're shooting 5 or 6 safeties at a time sometimes, where you're getting in a real live safety battle, like where nobody's leaving a good shot. And if you shoot at something that doesn't go easy, then you leave a shot, so you have to be very careful. He's got a one railer, and it looks like he hit it pretty good. Oh. If this was on a normal table, this set would be over and they would be well into the next set by now. Pockets are just so tight. I think Guam is still going to shoot this 4-railer the hard way. 3 rails short. Watch it. 1, 2, 3. 4 rails the hard way. Watch it now. It actually goes on this table. It really does. Like, it goes from all type of angles too. Like if you can make the ball go 3 on this table, you can make it go 4 on this table pretty much if it's below on the other side of that side pocket. All right, so we might see Guama bank at this. He shoots at these sometimes. No, he didn't. And now Tony has the same shot if he wants, and he also has a 1-railer. He can go 3 rails short here. 4-railer the hard way, I like to call it. Oh. Wow, what a shot by Tony. I think I got the pockets confused again. That was a 3-railer that's deep in the pocket. That's almost a little scary. I don't like to shoot those. When they get real close to the points where you got to shoot them deep at the pocket, it's just so easy to hit those points. And, once it hits the point, it's kind of unpredictable. It's easy to sell out. All right, so this is okay. This is okay. I don't think Tony can shoot at this. Oh, yeah, he can. Kick bank. He's so creative. That's what I be talking about with this guy. It's so hard to keep him off the shots just because he just has so many shots in his arsenal. He's got so many tricks in his bag. You don't know what you can leave him. All right, so watch for the 2-railer here. 2-railer. He hit it a little fat. Didn't leave anything. Guama should be just putting it up to table, but he's been making mistakes on this kind of shot. There it is. He made it again. He made another mistake. Yeah, for some reason on that angle, is something about that angle he just doesn't like. That's the second time he's double kissed it, and then the other time he kind of he just like hit the point or lost his cue ball or something. All right, that ball's down. Nice bank by Tony. All right, well, I guess we're done with that one. Hopefully we'll be back for more. This game is going to become big in the U.S., this Dominican 1-ball, 1 pocket. I really feel like it's a better game than the American 1-ball, 1 pocket, just because you have to be more careful. You can't scratch. You can't knock the ball in another hole. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this Tony and Guama match. This is Josh Roberts commentating for this match. Hope y'all enjoyed it.